Hello everyone, my name is TK. I'm here with Salesforce with TK, where I talk about all things Salesforce, and today I just want to go over a Lightning Web component that I created that allows you to validate emails and phone numbers on the contact object. So the reason why I created this Lightning Web component is because I thought of it as a business process and just thought it would be something cool to develop myself and kind of create. I know there's probably managed packages and Salesforce tools that actually maybe do the same purpose or take on the same action, but just creating a Lightning Web component and actually visualizing it was just something cool that I just wanted to do. So right now I'm in a demo org, and what I'll do in this video, I'll just walk through the steps on how I configure the Lightning Web component and actually just display the functionality and how it actually works, right? So I'll link everything and all the tools that I used in my bio, but this is a public API source on GitHub. It's you can see try public APIs for free, and there is a ton of different APIs that you can use. I'm actually going to explore this even further, and you might get another video just centered around configuring different APIs and different use cases. So use case that we have today is that I'm a sales rep and I want to call my contact or email them. I just want to validate that they actually have a valid email or a phone number within Salesforce. The tool that I used was Abstract API. It allows you to sign up for free and use the API. Now there is a limited amount of APIs that you can use, of course, because it's the free version, but you can see how this will be a valuable tool within your org if you need this use case. So once you sign up, you'll have your dashboard, and then you'll have an email and phone validation that you can use. I use both of these to configure my solution. So once you get set up, you'll click into one of your validation APIs. And what I did was I opened Postman. And if you're not familiar with Postman, Postman is built for developers to be able to test APIs and ensure that they're built correctly and configure around APIs. So it's a very helpful tool that's very popular in the industry. So we'll go ahead and get into Postman and kind of show the steps from there. So we're currently in Postman right now. This is the application to test APIs, and we have a query here, and essentially we're using our API key that was given to us by Abstract API, and we're just validating that it actually works. So you can see the value of my API key and actually a test phone number that I entered, just a random phone number. So I'll click send, and as you can see, we have a valid is true. We have a value of true, meaning that this is actually a valid phone number, and we can see more details actually on the phone number. So if I wanted to, let's say if I changed it, still true, right? But if we took values off, you see now it's false. This isn't a valid number. So this is basically an API that checks, making sure that your phone number or email is valid. So this is it in Postman. This is how I ensure that the API actually works. Okay, so now we're in a application called Visual Studio Code. And basically it's a code editor that allows you to, build your code and push it into your environments. A very popular tool. So essentially, I won't go into all the aspect of the code, but this is a request to the API to validate the phone number for the phone number value that we get, right? So I built this Apex controller for the phone number validation and also the email validation as well. So similar setups, but different APIs. So we'll go, and also after you have your controller and Apex configured, you'll want to then build the Lightning Web components. You can see I have the CSS, the HTML, the JavaScript is here. Yeah, that's the email validation, and I also created Lightning Web component for the phone validation as well. So we have those both configured. And once you have them configured, you just want to deploy them to your source org. I won't go into detail about deploying and etc. because that could be its own video, but yes, this is the code. I just wanted to show a visual of it. So we're back in Salesforce, and one key setting that is very important in this configuration is that you need to enable remote sites. You will need to create a remote site for both the email validation and also the phone validation. You can see I put the phone URL and email URL. This allows Salesforce to actually pull the data and allows it to actually, communicate with the API. So without this, you'll actually get stomped and hit with an error. So this is very key. So let's go back into our org. This is a demo course enrollment org I built. So within the org, you can see contacts, and in the contact, let's take a look. So on the contact record page, you can see the actual Lightning Web components. Let me actually show it in the Lightning app builder so you can see that as well. So after you've deployed them into your org, you should be able to see custom, and you should see the Lightning Web components here. You can see the name, email validation, phone validation, and I just moved them to the record page of contact. So you can see them now. There are 2 buttons on the actual contact record page, 2 phone validation, right? So you can see we get hit with an error. Phone number is missing on the contact. So you have to have a phone number. We'll just do a random phone number, right? Cool. And let's click save. So now let's give it a try. Let's validate phone. So as we can see, this is an invalid phone number. And let's see if the email is valid. Actually, the email is undeliverable, right? So if I was an agent and I was wanted to actually contact my contact, we can see that we don't have valid data on this. So this is something key, just in case in a real world use case. So let me put in an actual number. Let's see. Right, and let's put in a actual email. Right. Save. And let's try to validate again, right? So validate phone, and we can see we now have a result of phone valid, and validate email. We can see this email is actually deliverable. So as you can see, this is a very helpful tool. Just a cool, lightweight Lightning Web component. Very, very, useful. So if this video was valuable to you, I really appreciate it if you just subscribe, give me a like or a comment. I'm grateful for everybody that's shown me work on my YouTube channel and YouTube journey. So I hope everyone has a great one. Thank you.